Hello there, welcome to my Vision News. Three news stories. First one is about the arrival of Mike Hammer, US Special Envoy of the Horn of Africa, due to visit Ethiopia on another mission. Mike Hammer was the man which who mediated between the Ola and Ethiopian government a few days ago. Once again, he's going to be back in Ethiopia. Secondly, Bahir Dar, regional capital, main road leading from Bahir Dar to other cities remained closed mostly this week. Thirdly, we have a story from Tigray where members of Tigray police, hundreds, have been fired. What is their crime? Why were they fired? An indigenous human rights group has called for the restatement of these hundreds of Tigray police officials whose families are suffering. Firstly, viewers, Mike Hammer is US Special Envoy to the Horn of Africa, and he is due to visit Ethiopia. US State Department has issued a statement confirming Mike Hammer's arrival in Ethiopia in coming days. A 10-day long visit of Mike Hammer. He'll visit three countries: Ethiopia, Djibouti, and Qatar. What is the agenda? Question is, what is the agenda? Because Mike Hammer is US Special Envoy of the Horn of Africa. But question is, on which issues will he focus? A few days ago, it was mainly US and some other players which mediated between the Ola and Ethiopian government. Talks were held in Tanzania, but talks could not deliver. Talks collapsed. So while he is going to be back in Ethiopia, what is on his agenda? Firstly, Sudan. They're visiting Qatar, and Qatar has been mediating between Hamas and Westerners. Qatar facilitated the release of hostages by Hamas. So his visit of Qatar is linked to the conflict in Sudan. Why is he visiting Djibouti, by the way? A visit of Ethiopia makes sense. In Djibouti, there is a US military base. Or is he visiting Djibouti because of some tensions between Ethiopia and Djibouti? Ethiopia not happy with Djibouti's demands. Ethiopia feels under pressure, though Ethiopia is using Djibouti's ports. But Ethiopia wants to look for new ports. Why? Because it feels under pressure from Djibouti authorities, which demand increase in fees, port fees. And a few weeks ago, Djibouti authorities imposed new restrictions, and small traders in Ethiopia are facing problems regarding import of materials for their factories. Maybe his visit of Djibouti is linked to PM Abiy's efforts and his position about access to the Red Sea, or it could be about he might hold some meeting there with US military man, US military base there, hundreds military officials deployed there. Let's see. The visit of Ethiopia will focus on three issues. Firstly, Tigray. Pretoria deal implementation will be discussed. Cessation of hostilities agreement, its implementation, transitional justice, reintegration of TDF members, all will come under discussions. Secondly, Oromia Amhara conflicts. Conflicts in Oromia and Amhara will also be discussed. US has been calling for a negotiated solution to the conflicts in Amhara and Oromia. And US mediated talks between the Oromo Liberation Army and Ethiopian federal government. Talks could not succeed. But US call for negotiations in Amhara have not been heard by the government so far. Ethiopian government is not showing any flexibility. Foreign fighters don't have one central body to talk to foreign diplomats. So call for talks in Amhara is not being implemented. It's not being heard. This visit of Mike Hammer will focus more on Tigray, I think. Why? Because Tigray wants the start of return of IDPs. IDPs suffering in Tigray. Tigray wants its territories back. No future of any accountability mechanism. Tigray wants reintegration of TDF members. Start. It is not starting because there is shortage of funds. National Reformation Commission does not have enough funds. Let's see. We'll update you in coming videos. Let's hope that something good comes out of Mike Hammer's visit of Ethiopia. Secondly, viewers, Bahir Dar, regional capital, where the regional president is based, regional government is based there. But I've been saying, by the way, that foreign fighters want to lay siege to Bahir Dar. They are not in a position to militarily lay siege to Bahir Dar, obviously, but they have made the travel to and from Bahir Dar very difficult. So indirectly, a siege is being imposed, it seems. Main roads leading to Bahir Dar this week remained blocked mostly. Bahir Dar to Gondar, Gondar to Bahir Dar, both roads remained blocked around 3 to 4 days this week. Secondly, Bahir Dar to Debre Tabor Road, South Gondar Road blocked. Bahir Dar to Vrata to Debre Tabor Road, it also remained blocked. Thirdly, Bahir Dar to Injibara, the road which passes through Ago Avi zone, it remained blocked as well. These are three main roads leading from Bahir Dar. Bahir Dar to Gondar, Bahir Dar to Vrata, Bahir Dar to Injibara. Bahir Dar to Injibara. Three roads remain blocked. That just shows the gravity of the situation around Bahir Dar. Foreign fighters are not in Bahir Dar, but they're in a position to lay siege to Bahir Dar by cutting off transport to Bahir Dar. Thirdly, viewers, Tigray, where hundreds of police officials were fired. A call is being made for their reinstatement. A human rights organization has issued a statement asking Tigray interim government to reinstate those who were fired, who were dismissed from service. Why were they dismissed? Who are they? Human Rights First is the name of human rights organization which is calling for reinstatement of these Tigray police officials mostly. When war broke out in November 2020 between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian federal forces, members of Tigray police joined TDF. TDF consisted of Tigray police, special forces, Tigray prison police, etc. But there were some Tigray police officials, Tigray regional police officials, regional force members who did not join TDF, who did not participate in the war. Whatever the reason was, they were not part of TDF. And now, when Tigray interim government is, when TPLF is back in power, Tigray interim government compiled lists of those who had not joined the TDF. Those police members who did not join TDF. Those police members were fired. Their crime is that they did not participate in the war against federal forces. They are suffering. Their families are suffering. Can a Tigray police official be fired just because he did not participate in this war? Maybe he did not agree with the Tigray People Liberation Front or TDF's narrative about war. There could be multiple reasons. How can you dismiss them from service? Were they legally bound? to serve in TDF? These Tigray police officials, I don't think so. They were not legally bound. So their dismissal from service does not make sense. But several calls have been made for the reinstatement of these TDF members. Tigray government has not reinstated them. The family is suffering. Let's see, will Tigray interim government listen to new call for the reinstatement of these police officials? We'll see in coming months. Thank you for watching.